everyone, welcome to the another episode of the Mind Over Matter. I'm your host Sushmitha, and today we have an extraordinary guest with us, Nicolette Nierras. Nick is the founder of Nic Nierras Holistic Lifestyle and a coaching platform dedicated to help individuals achieve balance, success, and inner peace through holistic methods. With a background as a chartered accountant, Nick transformed her career after recognizing the need for deeper fulfillment beyond financial successes. Her approach combines rapid transformation therapy with life coaching, guiding clients to heal from personal setbacks, redefine their life purpose, and achieve wealth through harmonious balance of mind, heart, and soul. Nick, it's pleasure to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sushmitha, for that wonderful introduction. I love hearing that. Every time it's being spoken back to me. Thank you again for having me.
To start with, your journey from a chartered accountant to a holistic lifestyle coach is a fascinating. What inspired you to make such significant career changes?
I love this question because every time I'm asked of this question, it prompts me to look even deeper. Number one, what is it whether I'm doing the right thing and if I'm on the right path, you know? But every time I'm being faced by this question, it gives me that belief that yes, I am the right path. I am on the right path. So to answer that, what made me switch the career is because of my own trauma that I've experienced at the age of 29. I got divorced after 2 years of marriage, and at the time it was at the height. I was at the height of my career, earning well, attached to a prestigious organization, and I've gotten everything that I could ever prayed for. But then prior to COVID in 2019, I had to face my personal struggle in terms of my relationship. And then COVID happened. That's when there's things start dwindling down in with my career. So it's almost like the universe trying to say to me, it's like, okay, you've had a good journey chasing all this external thing. Yes, you've put them into use, but it's time for you to look within. So I found RTT hypnotherapy as popularized by Marissa Peer, and I started diving deeper into what it is and how it could help me. And to my surprise, I understood now that if you want to change something, if you want to change our life, it has to start from within. And what is that? Our mind, because our mind is the most powerful thing. So I began delving deeper into hypnotherapy, especially rapid transformational therapy. And that's when it's like a whole new horizon was unlocked for me. So that's the start of my journey.
That's very inspiring. And you talk a lot about merging spirituality with practical business success. How do you define abundance in this context?
Abundance is not just related to financial success. When I was younger, I thought abundance means number one thing, it's money, right? But then money is, as we all know, money is energy. But abundance means it encompasses health, love, creativity, and opportunities that is abundant around us. So, having an abundant mindset means there is enough for everybody, and it's enough for us to partake in that something. So, let's say I'm a podcaster. There are thousands, I think, I'm not sure of the correct number of coaches around the world right now. Every other day there's a coach coming up, right? But it's because if you know the message that you're trying to bring to the world, you'll be able to attract your tribe. And that's how I had to prep myself when I moved from a chartered accountancy, a 9 to 5 corporate job, into coaching, into podcasting. So it's a lot of mindset setting, yes, of course. But coming back to your abundance question, abundance is a lot more than just money. It's about health, it's about love, it's about expressing yourself through your creativity, be it talking, writing, and also at the same time, those things create opportunities for you because you're in your abundant mindset.
Very true. And rapid transformational therapy (RTT) is a key for your coaching.
Mm-hmm.
How does RTT help in manifesting abundance?
Thank you. Now, the first question or the first answer just now, I love it because it ties nicely to what I'm about to say. So RTT is based on mindfulness, Gestalt, hypnotherapy, which means it's hypnosis, as well as talk therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. So it's a combination of all these therapies under rapid transformational therapy. So to put it simply, rapid transformational therapy goes straight into the subconscious because actually all of our conditioning, our programming that we are not enough, we are always lacking in terms of our money or in terms of usually that's the plaguing issue right now, at least in, if not in every household, but most of the household, right, in the world, with the economies being up and down. We're always being plagued by this. Money is not enough. But rapid transformational therapy goes into the root cause and it uproots whatever issue that actually sets in since you were usually it happened during your childhood between the age of 1 to 7 because kids ages 1 to 7 all develop their limiting beliefs from the environment. So if kids are being exposed to we don't have money, we are not rich, we don't come from this family, what will the kid going to imprint that into his or her mindset? It's that, right? So it's always operating in that lacking mindset. Now, because of course not everybody, majority of people are not or they're not born with silver spoon or golden spoon, but there is something. Usually rapid transformational therapy, the issue that people come to me that they have today is very much linked to this issue in the past and they've developed it since they were kids. Now I'm not going to say kids is one, childhood time is the most apparent where all of these limiting beliefs have been cultivated, but there are also instances where clients come to me issues when they are, adulthood, adolescent, like severe abuse or trauma that they experience over the course of their life. So rapid transformational therapy is actually different than the play therapy, then talk therapy, CBT, is because we go straight to the root cause, which is the subconscious mind. Why subconscious? Is because subconscious is actually the one that is recording our environment all the time, 24/7, whether you like it or not. So and conscious is I'm conscious right now, right? For example, I'm talking to you. I'm very conscious of I'm in a podcast, but my unconscious mind is saying, okay, what have I learned about rapid transformational therapy so far? And this is what enables me to speak to you about it. So it is something that's learned, that I have learned. So if you put that in the context of your daily, what you have grown up with so far, you are absorbing those limiting beliefs from your environment. So rapid transformational therapy helps you understand that connection and uproot all of your root causes so you can slowly disintegrate them and break it down and tackle the issue one by one.
It's interesting. And many people struggle with self doubt and limiting beliefs. How do you guide your clients to overcome these obstacles?
Limiting beliefs, doubts. there's two kind of mindset: growth mindset and fixed mindset.
Mhm.
Fixed mindset is, oh, I'm never gonna be able to get that promotion. Or growth mindset is saying, I will get that promotion if I put enough effort. If I put enough effort into it. So self doubt and limiting beliefs, I'm sure a lot of our listeners can guess it right now. It's usually interlinked to fixed mindset already, because you're, again, coming back to the abundance mindset. When you're operating, when you have self doubt and when you have limiting beliefs, you're operating from the space of fear. If I bring it again a notch higher, fear and love cannot coexist at the same time. Now, fear is associated with scarcity. And what is the opposite of scarcity? Abundance, right? So scarcity means it's not enough. You're not enough. You don't have enough to do. And then if you're abundant, meaning, okay, Sushmitha, or okay, Nicolette, you want to get that job, but you don't know how to get that job. So the better question to ask is, how do I get that job? Not to say that, oh, there's so many good people that are better than I have done in my, say, last year's performance. I'm always going to be, how do I say, pass on for promotion. And that is a fixed mindset. So how I help my clients is to tune in into their energy. And okay, number one, I take them back to basics. So I teach them spiritual tools: meditation, visualization, affirmation, and gratitude practice. So I meditate. It's not a woo-woo anymore. It's been proven. Scientific studies have been done that meditation grounds yourself to be in the moment. Number two, visualize. Now, everything that I have gotten so far, Sushmitha, I visualized it into life. I manifested it. Now it could be a good manifestation or a bad manifestation, right? So it's up to you. So what I'm saying here is, when you visualize something, you're visualizing, you have to, and also you've got to be intentional when you're visualizing. If you're visualizing just one part of the dream and you're forgetting the other part of the dream, I can tell you it's not going to be as holistic as you would hope it would be. But that's what we are, right? We're humans. We're here. We're soul in human bodies, experiencing life itself. And that's why we learn all the time. And we do not stop learning until we leave this body, this meat suit. So meditation, visualization, affirmation, affirmation that yeah, coming back to the visualization, I'm sure whatever that you have right now, Sushmitha, you have prayed for it at some point in your life, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I also a strong believer of manifestation and visualization. From last year, I seen a very, very much examples, and which happened in my life as well. I just visualized it in the end of this year. Most of the things got
Right.
live. Yeah.
Yes. So it's powerful. It's no longer being denied. And I love it that the world is actually really hearing or listening to this. Like, I think, okay, fine, one of it is algorithm, but everywhere I look, or the where I focus on, is like consciousness are being raised. You can tell, like, we are connected. We're talking about consciousness, right? Raising the conscious, the vibration. And I love that the world is moving towards that. The scales are being tipped towards that way. Because I cannot help but to think sometimes, of course, when I sit down and ponder about life, like, you, on one hand, you see bad things happening, but on one hand, you see they're good people who's trying to elevate, right? So so coming back to that, sorry, I always get astray when I talk about this, because this is a very passionate subject for me.
Yeah.
And gratitude, the more grateful that you are, the more grateful you are with where you are at the moment, no matter what the circumstances. Like you said, whenever we visualize, sometimes we don't we don't achieve them eventually, like 100% all at the same time, but somehow we will get it. Why? Because we're grateful for what we have, and the universe loves it when we are grateful. It's because to it gives them space for the universe to give us more. And imagine if you're in receiving mode, right? Because you're grateful, automatically you're grateful, you're like this. Because when you're mad, you're like this, you're crossing your hand in front of your heart, and heart space is our energetic field. We all have our energy, our aura. So when we're grateful, oh my God, thank you so much, this is what I prayed for. So the gesture alone, you're open. So because everything, every time, every moment, the universe is listening. So universe is saying, oh, he or she's grateful. Now let me bring her what she orders from us. Oh, I wish I could get a job or get relocated to this favorite city that I wanted to relocate to. Suddenly, things start aligning your way because of what? Because you're grateful. Now, there are also in action that you need to take. You don't just wait and sit, but these are the key tools that I equip my clients with. Yeah.
And your podcast, your worthless challenges society norms and inspire transformations. What motivated you to start the podcast?
Your Worthless is the monologue that I had with myself for at least a good 2 years. That was after, excuse me, the lowest time of my life, which was 2019. At this point, where I am now, I'm 34. Like 2019, and then 2020 and 2021, to be honest. So over the span of 2 years, I kept on telling myself, because I thought that I was in the relationship that I thought would be long lasting, and I had my career. And when these two most important, because I deemed these two as most important, which was my mistake, of course. I didn't know that was the two most important thing in my life. I neglected other areas, family, friends. They came crumbling down. It's like my whole world fell apart because I tied myself to that, to the achievement of my relationship, or to the achievement of my career. And I started telling myself, now these are the two most important thing in my life right now. I don't have this, so what am I? What am I? I'm not worthy anymore. I'm worthless. I'm nobody. And that's how I started telling myself that. Although it was unconscious because of what has been programmed within me during that relationship or during that span of 2 years. My previous partner and my bosses before, and I was getting all of that until I had lost my sense of self. Now I know, since I was a kid, I was special. Everybody knows they're special. But then, growing up, you lose your magic because of people telling you this, or it's not right to think that way because you want to conform, right? So I too was a victim of that. So what transpired me to set up my own podcast is because, number one, I wanted to find my own community. I wanted to speak to people so that I don't go crazy, because I thought I was going to go crazy at the time. And we're in Asia. Therapy is not something that it's not, I would say it's taboo. Not taboo, is like a no, but it's not very well accepted, because when you go to therapy, it's like you're not able to handle your own emotions, your own mental health, and therefore you can't handle your life. So, but I was determined to say, you know what, I don't think I'm the worst one in this world. Like, I'm sure there are other people out there. So that's when it's like the universe started to align hypnotherapy. I was scrolling through my Instagram and I saw Marissa Peer talk about it, and I was like intrigued. So I signed up. So at first I signed up. I knew the course was great. I did my research because I'm an accountant. I did research and everything. I did my calculation. Am I transitioning now or how? So I also trusted the timing of the universe at the time. And then I was like, okay, I didn't want to let go of my job still. I still went and I took that part time. But then the wordlessness came in to me and saying, oh, why would people want to hear what you have to say? How can you help them? Because I knew the tool could help people, but it was me. I had very low self-esteem, very low self-confidence. Like, how am I going to be confident if my confidence have been battered by previous relationship or previous bosses? So I started going out to recording 6 episodes first, talking about my experience so far and what I have learned, just to connect with people. It was just to get it out of my system. And then Podmatch came in, and then I signed up. I filled up my profile. I talk about how I wanted to face the deepest part of myself, and that's what I was trying to bring. That I'm trying to bring from all of the guests that comes on my show, because and it's also a learning. It's a healing and a learning journey for me. And lo and behold, I loved it. I love talking. And so now I am doing it side by side with my coaching practice. That's the journey.
That's very inspiring journey. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future of your coaching practice and the personal journey?
So thank you so much for asking that. My aspiration, or the vision that I have, is actually to build a community, which I am building now. It is something that people can resonate with, and I've actually made. I've looked. I did my research now in Malaysia, where I am at the moment. I feel like it is not talked about still, although we know it's very prevalent, limiting self-doubt. People who are there in front, it's like, okay, they must have done something different, or they have a connection with a network, a connection to get to where they are. Now let me just keep to myself and hide this little gift of mine. Now in Malaysia, what I have observed the last 2 years that I've transitioned, when I was still in my 9 to 5, now I've fully transitioned, is that people are still like that. But I've got to be the one who walked the talk, right? I want to make the change. The change has to start from me. So what I'm building is that my vision is taking myself to where all this coaching starts, which is in the US. And it's not just in the US, but right now online. So what I've done is I actually brought myself, again, it's another manifestation that manifested it to me in reality. I've always wanted to go to the States, and I managed to go to the States this year, September, and just to see what's it like there. Because I knew that podcasting, connecting with like-minded people, a community that is receptive to this kind of message, and somebody who comes from Asia, bringing it there, taking their incredible knowledge that they have built and infusing it with my own essence, is actually something that I have dreamed for the longest time of my life. So what I am doing at this moment is, now that I'm back from the States, I have actually made up my big decision to leave Kuala Lumpur, the capital city of where I've lived for the last 15 years. And now I'm rebuilding myself from the ground up, starting my practice here back home, while building my community in Malaysia. but more importantly in the States. So States, North America, and Malaysia would be my two biggest, I would say, my hope. So yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much, Nick, for sharing your incredible journey and insights with us today. Your story is a powerful reminder of how merging spirituality with practical business success can lead to a true abundance.
I enjoyed these conversations where you asked very, very great question and allowed me to really be genuine in my thinking and how I present myself to the world. So thank you very much.
We are glad for that. And to our listeners, I hope you found this conversation inspiring as I did. Remember, abundance is not just about financial success, it's about finding balance and fulfillment in all the areas of life. Take a moment today to reflect on your own journey and consider how you can integrate these principles into your daily routine. Until next time, stay blessed and be well.